to humor.
Let the darkness grow.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I am Bogus Meat Factory. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Tonight we're going to be playing something different. We had scheduled tonight to be playing more Champions of Norath, but things came up. My co-op partners were sadly unable to come in and attend. So instead we are going to be playing, well, something different. Thanks to my good friend Sakura, moderator, dear friend, able to acquire me some of the beta keys needed to do the closed beta of Warhammer 40k Darktide. Now listen, I have not played Vermintide or Vermintide 2. I have played the Left 4 Dead games, so I'm still kind of a newbie to this game in particular, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. But I very much love like co-op action games, anything where communication is kind of key and people working together and synergy, these sorts of things, where it's a co-op first-person shooter game that isn't strictly just shoot 'em up, bang bang. There has to be some kind of coordination and strategy, and this stuff seems to be right up to that alley. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing, so I'm very excited about that. I hope you all are having a good week. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Sakura says, in the grim dark future of the 41st century, there is only war. I don't know anything about the Warhammer universe. So we're gonna wing it. I will had a good week. I had a great time. I got some rest and relaxation. It's been a pretty hectic week, kind of coming back from vacation. And there was this feeling of like kind of this reeling of trying to get your footing and get back to normal routine and things like this. And I definitely had to take a short break. We didn't have a stream on Wednesday. There was a lot going on, but I got it all taken care of, and we're all doing good now, thankfully. And I was doing a lot of thinking about like my stream in general and wanting to improve on these things, because I've been streaming now for almost 9 years. It's kind of wild, right? 9 years. And I wanted to improve. And I wanted to know if there's anything that I could do to improve. So I decided to build up a survey, which I'm going to post link in chat right now. Bam. 9 years. It should be that. Why is that not working? My bot is not working. Hold on, let me get my bot working. Because Twitch bot doesn't want to work right now. Streamlabs. Get your ass back here. Dude, 9 years, almost. 9 years in February. Hold on, let me go get the stinking thing in here. Modbot. Clodbot. Bam. Why it turns itself off randomly, I have no idea. Let's see if that works. Bam. Fill out the survey, give feedback, let me know how I'm doing, and if you'd like to see things improve. One of the questions on there is, one of the really important things is, I'm going to be planning, I think, on doing some long-form discussions about video games in general, talking about stuff that I love, also talking about, you know, the weird rants that you see me on stream talk about, like my love for text parsers, these sorts of things. Or one of the most controversial topics, why is Zelda a Japanese RPG? I was joking about it on Twitter the other day as like a you know, stupid snarky troll post, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh my god, The Legend of Zelda is a Japanese RPG. And there is actually some precedent behind it too, which is fascinating, and I want to post up a video talking about it. I'll probably do it in chat too at some point if we get a slow moment. Jestor says, "Hey Bogus, been missing you on Wednesday nights. That's going on with this." Sorry, Jestor. So these last week I was on vacation all week, and this week I needed a little bit of time to recoup, and just kind of get my footing in my day-to-day life stuff. You know, this weird like coming back from vacation for a really long time, getting back into a routine and getting my stuff in gear. So we didn't have it. So the last 2 weeks you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed a thing. I hope you're doing well. But let's play Darktide, dude, because Darktide's gonna be fantastic. How's it going, by the way, TKK? Hold on, there's a whole new thing. Hold on, I want to know if this works. They added a new feature on Twitch while I was gone. The shadow function now does some things differently, right? It should pop up for you like in chat that you can now be like click instantly follow people by shouting out. Is that how this works? TKK, you do have me as a friend on Stream Soccer, yes. TKK, the Combat King, is a legitimately awesome streamer. Really great person. A local here in the state of Michigan. Plays a lot of retro, plays a lot of arcade games. Been doing Majora's Mask. I've been lurking, TKK. I haven't been talking, but I've been lurking. Oh, I got a straight invitation to Sakura. Okay. Yes, look forward to it, Jestor. Wednesday, it will be happening for sure. But follow TKK. He's a really awesome person. Just made partner recently. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. Now, I want this to work. I want you to work, game. Come on. You can do this. There we go. Oh, wow, it's so big. It's so big. It's terribly, terribly big. There we go. No, you can lead the strike team. What's the difference of leading the strike team? I don't know exactly what that means. But I haven't built a character yet. So we have choices. The veteran sharpshooter. Look at this guy. Soldier McSoldier. No. The zealot preacher. That's a great idea. But I think the psykinetic. You're a basic mage type. But this is my dude right here. The Ogren Skullbreaker. It's amazing. Psyker's a mage. Yeah, I'm going Ogren Skullbreaker, dude. This is my jam. Ogrins are massive, powerful abhumans, often used as shock troops for the Astra Militarum. They're strong and loyal, but have limited intelligence. I have no idea what any of this means. Subtlety isn't in a Skullbreaker's limited vocabulary. You prefer to rush headlong into the fray, pounding your chosen target into the ground, while relying on your innate physical toughness to brush aside the inevitable counter-attack. I get Bull Rush, 25% melee stagger. Being damaged while reviving or assisting allies no longer interrupts you. Okay, this is good. 20% toughness, damage reduction, and 20% health. Throwing the entire box of grenades with great strength and enthusiasm. Single target, high damage attack. I don't know. I don't even know what the controls are for this game. Let's pick this dude, though. I get to pick a homeworld? Alright, what are we doing here? I don't know if this is necessarily important. Okay, relatively newly colonized. No, I want something dumb. It affects dialogue? It's interesting. Okay. Let's see. No, not water. A thriving industrial world, Branks Magna is the most densely populated in the Mobian domain, teeming billions manning its continent, spanning manufactorums. How about just manufacturers? Night and day. Oh, let's do a small agri-world that produces immensely farmed and mass-harvested grain crops. Rosirians are the butt of many jokes, considered backwards by other Mobians, and yet they're hardworking and honest to a fault. That's my guy. That's my guy. Childhood. Bred throughout the Imperium is invaluable livestock. Rocks are large, stubborn, and infamously aggressive brutes who regularly turn on their handlers, thus they must be herded by brave or foolish prodders. I might be an algae farmer. That's what it is. Yes, I am a big ogrin who was an algae farmer as a kid. Growing up, let's see. Local fighter. Let's see. There you go. A strong arm. Whether on the factory floor in the dens of hive gangs, or within the ranks of the Astra Militarum, might often makes right. Strong used to dominate. Yeah, that's what we got. Defining moment. I've been through a lot. Pick one incident that stands out in your memory which has shaped you. Okay. Wow, this is definitely grimdark. Saved by the Sarge. In the Mobian regimes of the Astra Militarum, it is commonplace for the survivors of battle to swear oaths of vengeance upon their foes, vowing to avenge the fallen brethren no matter the cost. Let's do it. Saved by Sarge. Oh my gosh. Oh no. There's a character creator. I did not expect a character creator. No, 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 no. Okay. Pasty white. Obviously. It's not super in depth. Oh, this guy right here. This is me. Eye color. Oh, I get to pick one. I get to pick individually. No? What does this mean? There you go. I don't know what any of this means. There we go. One's like cataract or something ridiculous. There we go. Hairstyle. I mean, I gotta do it after my own self here. Handsome fella. Your Ogren's name is Itty Bitty. Aw, yeah, he's designed after myself. This is my hair right here. This is my life. Does he have facial hair? Of course he does. Come on now. Ooh. I like the chops. Let's give him the chops. When he was small, he was small. He's like 8 feet tall or something. Okay, let's see. Some facial tattoos. I mean, like the plumb bob teardrop is mine for sure. Okay, kill. No. No, no, no. No. Too hardcore. No, we're not doing that nonsense. I need one that says like mom on it. The snake. Okay. Got this little angel and a lion. These are some ridiculous. Oh, here we go. The like Russian castle there. The Statue of Liberty. Oh God. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Boxer briefs. Good choice. I know, right? Scars. Okay. We're definitely having some scars. go. Height. Tall.
Strange life. Not part of the not part of the Imperial Guard no more. Not after things went bad on Komlar. Funny, really. Ogrins kept fighting long after the little ones ran away.
No.
If you want to win, you send for the biggest, meanest, and angriest you've got. That's me. Not these runts. They can't hold a proper gun. Can't hold a proper knife. Scream in pain all the time. Or just because it...
Not sure how I got here. Never am. Don't much care. Long as I know who to crump. That's what Ogrins
My
are
wife is back.
for.
She's returned.
Fight for Emperor, die for Emperor. Good life, long as you're
Let's go. Let's go. My sentence. This is where your life journey has led. You're a prisoner of the Imperium. No. Sedition. Ooh. Ranging from disrespectful speech to mass organization with the intent to protest is all considered part of a tendency toward rebellion. Let's go, sedition. Let's be a little seditious. You were born on Rosaria. You spent your formative years cleaning up foul-smelling algae vats, rarely stepping outside the confines of the vast Syntha complex. As you come of age, you grew into a formidable physical specimen and were put to work as a strong arm, collecting debts, intimidating rivals, and putting down the opposition. During the assault of Fortress Idar, you were saved from certain death by the platoon sergeant who was slain in the action and posthumously awarded the Mobian Star of Valor. Someone overheard you expressing disgust at the weird taste of corpse starch and reported you to a foreman. Within hours, you were on your way to the prison ship, the Tancred Bastion. Interesting. Hi. Mrs. Meat Factory's back. Hello. Did you have fun?
I couldn't tell you were doing stuff because you're so quiet.
Oh, was I? Sorry. Are you having fun?
Did you hear that? You were so quiet. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Anyways.
Hello.
Hello. I love you. Good night. I don't want to talk to you either. I can't start the game. Why can't I start the game? Oh, my name. That's why. Holborg. Duh. Let's see. Bam. Holborg's a great name. It's just a wonderful one. It's a classic that has stuck with me days long before. I can't wait to see who we get matched up with. How are you doing, by the way, Big Mikey Ocho? It's good to see you as well. Better to die with honor than live as a traitor. Be purged and no salvation. There is no salvation for the damned. Die now and curse in vain. You're not required to think, only to act. Reject knowledge. Embrace faith. Life's purpose is to serve the Emperor. You will fall, but you will not fall alone. Order and obedience are meat and drink to the faithful. What's interesting, I'm doing all right, Big Mikey Ocho. I'm not going to lie. Doing much better today. Today was a very good day. Got a lot of things done. Got a lot of stuff taken care of. So, I have learned that there are people that are so hardcore into Warhammer, like 40k, that they really, like, buy into the game. Like, they buy into the lore. Like, that there are folks that actually, like, believe this stuff. And they like it. How weird is that? The lore is filled with some grand idiocy. Because, like, it's very on the nose. That, like, the things that I have noticed and seen, like, of just how the world is and all this stuff, it's very on the nose as a commentary to things. And there are people that, like, just are like, yep, I like this. This is good. And it's like, ooh, that's terrifying. Like, that's absolutely terrifying. I do not want to talk to you. You sound scary. If you're like, by your scars shall we know you. Survival's not enough. You must also banish doubt. Cow says, have we already talked about Warhammer Online? I played that one for 4 months, sort of like Dark Ages of Camelot in the Warhammer world. Ah, we have not, Cow. I have played Warhammer Online. The realm versus realm is a really interesting concept that I really need to dig into at some point. Because I played some Dark Ages of Camelot as a kid. I have played Warhammer Online, and I found them to be really interesting. But realm versus realm has never been one that has gripped me, you know? And that's because, like, typically for an MMO, when they have major PvP focus or realm RVR focus, like, that stuff for me, like, it kind of takes me out of the immersion, the world building, if you will, because then that just means it's more competitive. Like, when competition happens between other players and it isn't done in a way that feels contextual, I'm like, I don't enjoy engaging in that. And that's a, you know, it's weird because, like, for instance, with EverQuest, and I know I keep talking about how great EverQuest is. I know there are millions of other MMOs that are also better and more interesting, but like when they had like PvP tournaments, it was like in an established arena, crowds, rules, like these sorts of things that helped establish that world and make it feel more contextual. And Realm versus Realm, you would think would do that, right? But for some reason, it just felt like an excuse to fight, and it didn't work so much.
This is the Psychonium, a place of torture. I mean, training.
Hello.
Shall we start?
Yes.
Always chain attacks together for maximum damage.
I guess I gotta do chains. Okay.
Each weapon has its own unique attacks and special attacks.
What is my thing here? What is that telling me to do? This button is mouse wheel? No, mouse wheel's not it. Thumb mouse button if you have. I do not have a thumb mouse button. What would the option be then? Look at controls. Oh my goodness. We're doing fantastic already. Key bindings. So I have to assign it then, it looks like, because it thinks that I have a thumb mouse button. I do not have a thumb mouse button. Alright, so if that is interact, what is W? Oh, sorry, not W, Q. Nothing? Q is quick wheel. Okay, never mind. What about R? R is reload weapon. Tab is tactical overlay. Shift is sprint, of course. Is spacebar anything? Dodge and jump. Okay. C? Is C something? C is not something. Okay. There. I was gonna do C. C is just a little easier for me. Poor guy.
When surrounded, push enemies away to control the flow of combat.
Okay. Pushing. Throw in the entire box. Okay, so G. Oh. That worked. That's right, single target.
Your abilities are perfect for changing the tide of battle. Yes, yes, yes!
Okay.
Keep moving once the fighting starts. You'll be a harder target.
Dodge. Gotcha.
Die!
Okay. The basics. Stagger is stun if you have no toughness. Okay, so that's like a shield. Okay.
Pain reminds you you're alive until it kills you. Break off and recover wherever you can.
Replenish toughness with squad coherency. Okay. Should I? Okay, being close to teammates. Okay. Yes, proceed to advanced training. Okay. So yes, you need to continue. You need to continue. Damage carapace armored enemies with heavy attacks.
Push enemies and follow up with a quick attack to take advantage.
Okay. Block. Oh, okay. Just hold when you click it. Okay. Makes sense. Let's see how this goes.
Keep your team alive for as long as you can. Keep them healed, and maybe they'll do the same for you.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
You can revive your teammates, even the annoying
Oh,
ones.
Brant.
There is much corruption in Tertium. Every time you fall, it consumes a little more of you.
Okay, corruption reduces your max health. You're down when your last wound. Okay. I see.
Medicaid stations should help you survive. If you can get them working.
Ooh. Fancy. Doctor.
Use your eyes and your noisy flapping mouth to warn your team of priority targets.
Enemy!
Okay.
Use the terrain. You might look silly, but you'll stay alive longer. You want that, don't you?
Oh, that's weird. Holding shift and then you have to hold shift while pressing control. Okay. I felt that. Okay. Let's see. Hold shift.
Fight the heretics up close and get shot less. That's probably for the best. Yes?
So lock, weapon into melee. Okay.
The enemy don't know you can't aim. Start shooting, and they'll run for cover.
cover. That didn't work. My sprint thing didn't work. Okay, it's still the enemy.
You have completed your basic training.
There we go. Stabby time. I need to know what the voice chat is, like, against other people and such. Curious, so that we can talk to these other folks, or do they hear us the whole time? I don't know. There's a lot of controls there that I'm not going to remember. C is my uppercut. I don't really understand what it did. Right click is block, but when you right click and hold the left mouse button, it's a push and then a hit. Failed joining server. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Failed to join the server. It's starting off great. A suspicious mind is a healthy mind. Tolerance begets heresy. Carry the will of the Emperor like a torch in the darkness. Over a month from release. It's true. Honor, duty, and obedience. Courage is the Emperor's gift. So what missions does it have in this beta? Like, how many missions do you have to pull from? Or is it just like one or two? Like, is it the whole game? There are 4, but with variations. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fun. I'm excited. So yeah, tomorrow night we're supposed to be doing more interactive fiction with Nick, but he might not be able to make it either. So we'll probably, if as a backup, we'll probably go and play more Doom RPG and get that finished, and then move on to some other games. I wonder what other games. Since Nick's not around, maybe we'll play some of the interactive fiction competition. Maybe without Nick around, but it's not the same. And it's only some of the full game. Oh yeah, I believe it, Sakura. Yeah, this is just a taste test. It's just a taste test. It's just a little something, you know? Here we go. Okay. Oh gosh. Is it normally in third person? There's... Hi, Kelby. Whoa. Hold on. Audio? Is there a push to talk? Like, microphone settings muted. Oh, it's only muted or voice activated. Oh no. Okay. They don't have a push to talk? They don't have a push to talk. Oh no. Only in the hub. Okay. Okay. So what are we doing here? Hi, dude. Alright. Armory exchange at level 2. Sakura, where are you? Sakura! Hurl. Bozo Brumpstone. You're gonna make a new character, Sakura? Okay. Look at this. This is something, man. It's a very pretty game. A lot of things going on. My poor computer's like, I don't know how to deal with this. Wild. So what will you play then? What character are you gonna make? Exchange at level 2. We're all just hanging out on a prison ship. No big deal.
Picked up an unwelcome tail on that last drop, Explicator. You know who? Our old friends, the Sky Reavers. I'll let Rannick know.
Flavor text. Zealot. Okay. So what does this guy do? Sire Milk's Requisitorium at level 11. Okay. Interesting. Where's the Doctor Bot? I guess at least there's a positive of being, you know, in this third-person view in the hub only. Because, like, at least then get to see, like, your character and appreciate them a little bit. I can't jump. So these are the missions then? Whoa, hold on. What is this? Assassin. Okay, so these are the variations that you were talking about, right? Primary objective. It's time to replenish our special issue ammo reserves. It begins at Chasm Station, Logostratum. And so these are the higher difficulties. Recover 3 missing tomes. The kill targets in the Torrance Enforcer Station. Navigate the sewers, reach the streets, and take them out. Okay. This all makes sense. And so those are all different ones? No, they're all the same. But it's different maps. I see that's the Torrent. This is Chasm Terminus. Metal Fab. I see. Okay. And this Hordes. Interesting. Yeah, so I'll let you make the selections and I'll just kind of go along with it. You're my Sherpa here. Let's see, we tab to cycle through the channels. No other channels. Everyone's so quiet. It's so quiet. Did everyone get their tongue? It's so quiet. Hangar Bay Maxis 2 is currently inoperative. Okay. That's good to know. Keeping things... This is supposedly the high detail. And I'm like, there's a lot of... This is how these things look. There's a lot of anti-aliasing. I feel weird. Hello, person. Guy is so beautiful. Look at him. Those munchups. Are you using FSR? I don't know. I don't know. Am I? Balanced? Yeah, it's on. Yeah. Is that just part of it? I don't understand these techno. Turn it up or off. Let's see. Off. Or, sorry, this would be off. Let's see what happens. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, and it takes major... Oh, gosh, yeah. Let's put that back on. Frame rate dips. Not VSync. Sorry. I'm just going to leave the VSync off. Let's just put that on. There you go. I'm on so that the frame rate doesn't just completely tank. And don't worry, sucker. You're doing great. Take your time. How are you guys doing tonight? Chat, how are you doing? Got any plans for the weekend? Mine is get new glasses. These ones, as you can see, are very crooked. I'm very stoked to have this weekend. It's like the first weekend off post vacation to get just things in order, get everything going. I'm so stoked. Oh, you're a Psychanium, Sakura, named Adele. Aw. There's a fire in my co-op partner's heart. Deep in the field pit, bring me back to dawn. I'm very curious to know how this game actually plays, like how the gameplay loop is, how it feels, these sorts of things. Again, I have not played any of these other previous ones. Haven't played Vermintide or Vermintide 2. I'm very curious to know how this thing goes. I wish there was a push to talk. This makes me sad there's not a push to talk. It's only voice activated, really. Headshots on, backup sound, yeah, voice chat. Voice activated. That hurts my heart. These people. Hi, Kelby. Look at all these tiny people. There's not very many big people like me. Everyone's like, I'm gonna be a human. Why would you get that? Why would you take that option? I mean, I guess they're all human technically, right? I guess. But like, you could be this guy. Look at him. Instead, like, nah. I want to be Bozo Bumpstone and just be a normal-looking person. So I don't even know what the plot is of this. Like, what is the point of the things we're doing? What's our goal? Is there even really one? It's just we're like servants to the Empire kind of thing. I was yeah, so I was thinking about all the kind of future stuff I wanted to do, creative projects and these sorts of stuff, right? And one of the big ones that I wanted to do, and I feel like I'm crazy some days, like I want to talk about games just in general, and do videos where I'm just discussing stuff, kind of the rants and raves that I do when I stream in general, where we talk about game design, talk about the things we love, these sorts of things, right? And I did some kind of like base like outlining, because I'm a person who's also very much like, I don't want to overwrite stuff for this, because if I overwrite, it becomes disingenuous at that point. It becomes very canned, it becomes very scripted and these sorts of things. And I always wonder, like, is the way that I talk about games interesting, just in a natural flow of stuff? I don't know if it is. I always feel like I live in a bubble, which is why I put out the feedback survey, because I was very much of this perspective of like, I don't know if I'm doing anything good, you know? Like, I don't know if I'm interesting. I don't know if I'm engaging, if the things that I do are worth listening to. And so when making the decision to want to do some more like kind of videos where I talk about games and talk about the stuff that I love and I find interesting or impactful, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk about, including, Mike says, you are interesting and engaging. Yes, in this economy. Well, thank you, Mike. One of the things is I wanted to do a whole variety of different things. One, a long-term project that I've always wanted to do is really kind of go through my life in video games. A whole bunch of memories and timeline of my life is kind of mapped out based on games. So I can sit there and talk to you about, like, hey, my first video games experiences, what my house was like at the time. I can tell you everything about the room where our Atari 2600 was in the basement of my home, with a single couch, a record player that was playing the Fox and the Hound soundtrack on repeat because my middle brother was obsessed with it, our black and white TV. Ready when you are. Excellent. Have you ever considered doing any of these as little games in Bitsy or Twine? Oh, like doing like video game memories? I don't know. Big Mike Archer says, sadly though, the people who would be the most likely to see the survey are the ones who most likely have no issues. Well, I mean, that's the thing also, is that like I would like anybody to, I want brutal honesty, you know? And because I want to improve, but I also do, but I'd also like to get a lot of different perspectives, because there's some instances where I can get feedback where I'm like, that's not what I want to achieve. But like, leave those options there for people so that they can express themselves. And there are certain feedback where I know, like, I can dismiss this feedback because it's wanting me to be something that I'm not. But if there's feedback that talks about, like, hey, there's a certain flow issue in the stream, somebody gave a really great feedback on, like, the haikus and how to make them be more streamlined and be more engaging, or not be so, like, left in the dark, which I'm like, I really take that to heart. And I was like, that's a really fantastic feedback. And but like, if somebody was to say, like, you rant and rave or go in circles a lot, and that can lose a lot of people, like, those sorts of things I take to heart, because the way that I talk is, for me, a thing that I think about a lot. I do feel that there's a very particular cadence with the way that I speak. It's something that it's a natural thing, but it's one that I'm always aware of, and I'm always curious to know if it is grating, because I never know. So I, like, recorded some videos talking about my favorite video game franchises, right? Just did like 4 or 5 franchises, and I look at it, I'm like, this is interesting, and want to cut in video game footage, of course, and you know, spice it up a tiny bit. But I was, like, looking at other people who do similar kind of content, and for that, is most of the time it's very scripted, and it's, like, very superficial. And then and that's not a bad thing. It's very much like, hey, remember this game? And people are like, yes, I do, and that's a good feeling. That's not a bad thing. But for me, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you about my favorite game franchise. Let's talk about Myst, and, like, let's talk about the franchise. And I'm like, hold on, we have to dial it in, talk about what the games are, and then to talk about why they're awesome to me. And that's probably the most challenging thing. But I don't script exactly what I have to say, because that would be just disingenuous for me, because I know so much about it at that point that it's a very passionate thing. So I don't know. I'm weird. Sacroleus, let's go. Sorry. What are we doing? Sorry, are you picking a mission? How does this work? Do I pick a mission? Party is matchmaking, it said. Okay, there we go. Allow access. John Kang and Crad. Okay, I'm ready. I'll let you do it next mission. Oh, no, that's fine, Sakura. I want to go along with it. I don't know what we're doing necessarily. What our goal is. You got this, Crad. You can do this. Oh, I can't talk to him, can I? Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go.
Traitors have disabled the cooling system at Manufactorum HL1736, and the power matrix is heading towards total collapse. We're looking at a blackout cascade if the cooling isn't restored. We can't afford any interruption in production. Get in, access the operations array, and use the cryonic rods to flush the system. That should bring things under control.
Can't go into floating. But no, but with just the way that I talk about games in general, I'm always concerned that it's not interesting. I don't get a lot of feedback with stuff, you know? Typically with anything. One of these things is not like this. Exactly. That guy's got a stupid looking haircut. No, one of the things is that I don't get a lot of feedback for stuff. And I always worry, am I not doing good enough? And it's always a concern. So I just want to address that stuff really quick. I like your hair, Sakura, by the way. It's fantastic. Wow. This game is loud. Okay, game. We can do this. I believe in you. Okay. Access the ventilation tunnels.
It's hot. Ain't no good sniffling about it.
Whinge. Stow it.
Blessed are the gun makers.
You're looking for a door release.
Okay, looking for a door release.
Magnificent Emperor, my way is lost. Out here.
That's not it.
Pardon it, too.
Let's see how this goes.
All right, you're into the ventilation tunnels now.
War needs weapons, and those weapons come from here.
Shift yourselves. You gotta get to the control chamber and get the cryonic rods.
Move
Yes.
as a unit. Pretend you're soldiers.
Okay.
Thanks!
Let's go.
What?
Dink. Okay, so there's the stamina.
Radiant surprise coming in.
There's stuff we gotta get over here, it looks like. A chest. Okay. Doesn't have anything in it. Nope. Can't climb things. I'm learning about my controls and getting used to how I behave. Come on, Adele.
Incoming! Death to the Falcon!
Push on through the maintenance area until you reach the production line.
Interesting. Oh god, get it off me! Oh my god! Stupid dog.
The burrow's going to explode! Retreat! Take courage, children!
Here we go. Now we're ramping up things. There we go. Oh, I do have a gun. I couldn't do the gun.
Medicaid station!
It's hard to determine where people are in this game.
See how they try to hide!
Oh, there's a sniper over there, that's why.
Good feeling about this shot.
Take courage, pilgrims! Fight me in his holy name!
Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of dudes here. Alright, oh Jesus. Thank you for lighting that on fire on top of me, whoever that was.
Templar! Can you not tell friend from foe?
I cannot. I cannot. There's just a lot of people here.
Feeling about this shot.
Oh, geez, they're all born on from above. I see.
Grab that boomer!
Okay.
This place is gone. Kill the rot, then burn the ruins.
Maybe roast meat in the ashes.
Ooh. There's no melee friendly damage. Okay. This is good to know.
Getting some payback.
Poor guy. That poor guy.
Down to 3 in center. What's in there?
Oh, stuck. Nope.
Headshot!
There we go. Some of the bigs coming out here.
If it's howling, it's rolling!
Oh, I got special moves, don't I? Yeah, the charge. Oh, I got special moves. Dog's on me. No, help.
Shit again!
I am not the
Bust
sinner
that
in need
death.
of cleansing!
Forgive me, pilgrim!
What's this?
Beneficent Emperor, this slaughter is my offering to you.
Oh my gosh. Everybody's so intense.
Zola is straight to point. Only don't get point.
I do not need honeyed words to recognize.
Making progress. Stick to the conveyor until you reach the Overseer's office.
You have been enemy sighted!
Jumping in. This is a mess. There's just so many things happening right now.
Rolling up now!
Oh, oh.
I'm done! Sir, no time for weakness, sir!
I gotcha.
Taking it in!
Taking a hit from what? Oh, God.
Magnificent Emperor, bless this holy word!
Leg over in the States.
Getting some payback.
Oh, jeez, that really hurt. Ow. Watch out, Adele! Don't die, Adele.
Better make good scars.
Come here. Come say hi. Oh, you're gonna dodge. Oh my god. Ow. Oh god. Someone keeps whooping explosive stuff on me. Oh god. Oh god. Back. Woo, lordy.
It is done.
There's a...
Might as well die fighting. It's inevitable anyway.
There are worse fates than death.
I need healing.
I must heal. I live to fight on.
So we need the energy things for this thing, right? Like they need the energy for that to work.
Say friendly fire, shout it!
What was yours?
If it's howling, it's prowling!
Okay. Should we go this way?
The Emperor has ordained...
Focus.
Yes.
The beneficent Emperor's glory.
Oh. Hold on.
Every year, more worlds burn.
Yes, it is at the moment, but we'll get you Wilco. Wilco's here, by the way, everybody. Hi, Wilco. How are you? Oh my gosh. Oh God, help me! Oh God. Stop, for the love of God!
Mutate hell in you. Tell him you... Oh.
I'm coming to save you guys.
Dead. They're in cover.
How do you even get up there?
Cover.
I don't even know how you got up there. Stuck down here. I'm stuck down here. How did you get up there? Should I take the stairs this way?
What? Lost.
No, that's not the way.
Do not leave the path he has ordained. Ammo.
How? Oh my gosh. Okay, oh, there's stairs over here. There it is. I'm so lost. I'm so lost. I'm coming.
Lost me squad again.
Yep. Lost me squad again is exactly how I'm feeling.
Take care, Grin, or I shall return fire. Got it all now.
He's making some guttural sounds.
Watch, learn, repeat. Got it.
Taking cover position.
Ammo! The soldier's true friend!
Incoming!
So here, the body dies.
Are you ice fiending, you veteran?
I'll pray for forgiveness!
Okay, where we're supposed to be now.
Enemy sighted. Here they come.
Focus fire, aye.
It's got a lot more reach than I think it does.
Worthy strike.
You need to prime the crowning rods and get them to the base of the Matrix Spire. Put your data interrogators to work.
I shouted. Need ammo.
It's an engagement zone! Die for the sake!
Here they come!
Die for the sake!
There's a lot going on here. One's in.
Zap! Ammo! Zap!
Salutations. Hadron online. Data stream viable.
Enemy spotted!
Okay, there's a.
Connection grid.
This is the one. I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. This way.
Oscars, and you look as good as me! Spray 'em down!
Oh, I see.
Someone cover the Ogren!
What?
May this grenade deliver holy fire!
Oh my god, I can't do this.
I will return to the fray.
Yeah. How many more of those?
There he is!
Skillful strike! You surprise me.
Data stream ceased. You are certain you installed the data interrogator correctly?
Yes? Not entirely sure. Land the point.
Spray 'em down!
I'm on the Ogren!
There we go. I'm coming, Crane.
Ammunition! No! Magnificent Emperor! There comes
Oh no, Crane!
Data interrogation imminent.
Forgive me. I have failed you.
He died right at the end. I think we did it, right?
Let's make you shout better!
Jeebus, your character's view is way higher than what I just tried in the tutorial. That's on the big boy.
Say the word, I'll make it right!
Halfway there. Now get those cryonic rods working. They're in the base of the Matrix spire.
Oh, Medicaid station! I mean Medicaid!
Medicaid station!
Use it up.
Heads! Rot, yeah!
Stop throwing grenades. Dude, they're just trying to heal.
Priest need meds!
Hey, John. Oh, sorry, John.
I'll make it right.
Easy as it. Gosh!
I totally botched that. Where are we supposed to go now? We gotta go down. Jordy coming into the raid! Jordy, my friend. Shout out to Jordy. Someone get a shout out to Jordy. I don't know if I can. Hold on. Hold on, let me get it. And so, Jordy, GH. How are you, Jordy, my friend? Everyone should be following Jordy. Sakanako, how are you as well? You should be following Sakanako also. Let me do a shout out to Sakanako as well. And so, Sakanako. What were you guys playing? Just doing game development stuff. Woo! What were you developing? What games were you developing, Jordy?
Holy ammunition!
Oh, there's fall damage. Welcome everybody, I'm Bogus Meat Factory. I'm a variety streamer. I typically do a lot of retro, but today we're doing something a little modern. We're playing the closed beta right now for Warhammer 40k Darktide, which is their sci-fi version of the series that, like Vermintide or Vermintide 2. This is their 40k version of the same kind of thing.
A grenade!
How much ammunition could a single pilgrim require?
No worries, Jordy. Raid and run by all means. Jordy was testing an upcoming NES game. Ooh. I believe it is, Mike. I'm pretty sure it is the same developer. Again, I don't have the reference to be like, oh, this is exactly like Vermintide.
His light will guide us, even into this darkness.
Cool.
Ammo!
It's the same dev. Excellent. Oh, Jesus, that was a big explosion. For some reason, this game reminds me that I still haven't played The Order 1886. I hear so many... That's the thing. When The Order came out, a lot of folks were kind of ragging on it for being, like, you know, bland and not worth a AAA $60 price. And then now, everybody's like, no, the game was fantastic and people should play that game. I'm coming. I'm coming. And here's fantastic, and people are like, we should have had more. Why don't we have more of that?
We are too late for the workers.
They complained that they're short, but like those people who like enjoyed the game regardless of its length thought it was like fantastic.
More sorrow and suffering. One day there will come a reckoning.
I love the hair Sakura, and it's just freaking out right now.
Engaging. Focus. There's trouble. Bastard!
So much blood! How can you still stand?
John, use the healing. John, use the healing.
I'll have it!
Ammo!
Get those markings into the corner stuck.
talking to yourself again? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not the other John. John with an H. John Kang. Oh god. Help! Dude, what just blew up on me? Oh, that guy. Oh no. Where am I supposed to play? Ah, there we go.
Of you, with your own arm, if you shoot me again.
Why is the big guy?
Give him a good dose. Who's mate? Oh no, this big guy.
Beneficent Emperor, preserve us from the mutants!
Play prophet, Stanleys. The Emperor will grant us victory.
Heads down.
Pray for me when I am gone!
So much blood.
Oh no!
Fighting to be done!
Thanks, die, you guys. Focused fire.
Oh my god, there's so many people. I'm only gonna pick up the point though. I got you. I got you.
I've lost more blood than this. Looks like a major bleed. Up, Challenge. The Emperor watches.
Can someone pick up the thing? There we go. Carrier.
Seeking shelter.
Well, no, that is just Krang hiding in meat bodies again. Absolutely.
Fight on our hands. Raise this grenade, deliver holy fire. Full of holes. That's it.
Oh, Hoborg's down.
Roger's got me.
Get on the point. We're all big guys. Hoborg isn't quite a Himborg yet. Nope, not yet. Oh, I'm dead.
Your end is nigh.
Oh god, that was bad. Just a big explosion. Jesus.
Help me up.
I gotcha.
Under attack.
Beneficent Emperor!
Can always hear you, bitch. Always.
You got this, Summer. You got this. Right there. There we go. That seemed kind of blurty.
Stay with me. You still need to flush the system.
Okay, time to flush the system. Get
back! No sneaking up like a sniffler! Chap, can't keep you down, chap!
Authorizing extraction.
That's a good stuff!
There we go, we made it.
Can our work here truly be done?
Please let this be a giant Imperial toilet. I know, right? Oh, I see. We gotta still fight, guys. Come on, John.
Grenade! I will commend you in my prayers, Templar.
The Emperor got my head!
Not big on priest!
Freaking jittering bodies. There we go. Mortal Kombat's on today. Come on, Johnny Cage. I love it, Wilco. Yeah, we'll get you in on this, Wilco. After this, absolutely. Interesting. I like that all of our characters are just inherently very ugly. Sakura says, this is not good. What do you mean, Sakura? The game or the things we are doing? It dropped us. What? Oh no. So we got nothing for that? No rewards, no XP? Oh no. That's okay. That's okay. We'll try again. Beta. Exactly. What do we need XP for, Sakura? Come on now. I'm gonna go grab a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back. Woo! You can go invite. We'll go Sakura. Get that figured out. I'll be right back. We're back. Hello. All right. Needed water horribly. All right. So get Wilco in on this. I don't know if I can just do this. Like, can I be like invite to game? Invite to play. I invited him in this, so hopefully it'll work. It also kicked us from our little fire squad, too. How do we... Let's see. Accept. Online and Steam. Huh. Yeah, Wilco. Invite to start team.
Let me see if I can jump out of the Morning Star and rejoin it.
I send an
Or
invite
you
there.
invite me.
And then I'll send an invite to Sakura. There we go. How are you today, Wilco? How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing good. Day was off.
Fantastic. There, so I sent invites. I hope, did you get them?
show up, but I'm wondering if I should just see if I can bounce from the Morningstar, change operative, and see if that'll just solve it.
Let's see. Yeah, Sakura's just not friends with you. You're just not cool enough for Sakura yet. You
I
need
should
to,
really underscore that point.
you gotta get a couple more scales. Huh. Let me also do a change here, because it also doesn't say like any of you guys are in the game. Even though Steam says so, the game does not say so.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're running multiple Morningstars.
Remember, wave the fist that strikes men down and salutes the battle won. Remember that, it's important. Oh my goodness. Oh. Let's see. Okay.
See, when I initially made my character, it said it like showed your face instead you were online.
Yeah, and here it just is online on Steam. And then the other two that we were playing with are offline. Let's see. I might have to restart it. Let me restart it.
Here, let me...
Yeah, it's like could not join strike team, unknown error. I'm gonna reset to on my end.
Dropping out doesn't actually change you from the strike team. So...
Did I hear a kitty in the background?
You may have heard a kitty or one of my children.
Both the same.
To be fair, my baby is yelling at a cat Stuffy.
Aww. I love everybody's baby names for things. Ours were just buddies. It's like, oh, is that your buddy? Got your buddy?
Stuffies. Yeah.
Those were the days. Babies. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not your buddy,
babies
friend.
Everywhere.
There's just so many babies. Yeah, I don't know how you'd pick a normal, generic-looking soldier man when you could be gigantic, towering brute man. Who's not
I want to do psychic stuff.
Yeah, a magic psychic person. Like, yeah. But being a big old ogre? So majestic. Alright, let me see if anybody pops up. A pity is that we can die but once in the Emperor's service.
Yeah, here this Emperor's a really cool dude.
I hear she's the best. You know, they say Scourge the Stars in the Emperor's name. I feel that desire to do so. I live in, you know, a minimal 5-word catchphrases about, like, true faith is blind and justified. I mean, it makes a lot of sense when you say it like that, right?
It does. Are you a Warhammer fan?
No. Well, I painted minis as a youth, but I knew nothing about it, and I knew nothing about it now.
I had a friend who was really into getting the magazine about the minis and seeing the paint jobs. And that's about what I know, other than having owned and very briefly played the original Warhammer TTRPG.
I like fantasy Warhammer more than the 40k series. Big Mike Yocha says, whenever any MMO releases stats about characters players have created, the most human always makes up like 60% or some really high number of what players pick. It's true, Big Mike Yocho. What was interesting is also that I used to hear like a lot of horror stories about people playing tabletop RPGs, and one of the big ones was a person coming to the table, and it was mandatory that you had to play human. You always had to play human. Everybody played human. And that was what you had to pick. And like, that was like constantly a common thing. Oh my god, the number of default characters in Mass Effect was amazing to me. Yeah, no, you gotta have some wackadoo stuff. Yeah, nobody's... Huh. Can no one join? I'm sending an invite to Sakura. I'm sending an invite to Wilco. Everyone gets to see all of my friends. Oh, it says they're in Darktide now, though. It says they're in now. They're not just offline on Steam. Or online on Steam. But it boggles my is it like just... oh, man. It's super interesting about what some of those things mean. Like what we choose to play as characters, what we like to pick, and what we like to portray ourselves as, put ourselves in a persona. And a lot of times, for a lot of people, it's not important. They don't care. So they're like, I'll just do the generic. I don't care about player creation. I don't care about like customization. I just want to play the game. Let me see if I can, because I see you now on. Could not invite to strike team. Unknown error. Unknown error. Join strike team. Let's see if I can join Sakura's strike team. How's it going, Burgerstall? I could join! Whoa. Okay.
It's me.
Okay, hold on.
Let's see how this works.
I'm in Sakura's group now.
Let me see if I can join you.
I think we can. Let's see, invite to strike team. Let's see if it works. Come on. I think it was just a situation where they're matchmaking. It was just having issues because there's so many people playing. Probably because like start of the day, it's the evening on the first day of the beta, right?
I am in a match with y'all.
Wyatt Duke says, "Please, Papa, I just want to fuck people up." They say in our Morningstar chat. All right, let's see.
We're in different Morningstars, but I am in your group.
Yes. Okay. So we should do, I guess, quick play because I can't do any of this stuff. Oh my gosh, Mike! Yeah, quick play, difficulty 1. I can't do that. I'm not the strike team leader.
Backers boss.
Thank you, Mike, for the bits, my friend. How are you, by the way? Mike, just so that folks know, I will be probably recording a podcast with our good friend Mike Clam, talking about the game I streamed back in, like, March, The Forgotten City. I'm very excited. Not sure if it'll take me, but let's hope. Fingers crossed, Sakura. No worries. And, dude, did you play The Forgotten City?
I have not yet.
Oh, it's so good. That's a super game. There's so many games.
Things.
How dare you not be playing video games 24/7?
I played some Return to Monkey Island, finally. And I need to go back to Quern.
Ooh, corn. How is corn from your experience so far? Everybody tells me I would like it.
It's definitely a mislike. There are a couple puzzles which are reliant on sound and like measuring and math stuff, which are just where I'm paused. Because
Okay.
I can't always dedicate time.
Yeah, there is a puzzle in Mist Online that is a very egregiously complex math problem that is like a series of unit conversions where you have to take the Denis unit of measurement of distance and convert that to human, but you have to also figure out what their units of measurement are and what these preset distances are, and then how to convert that into our units of distance, and then convert that to like steps.
Guild of Cartographers.
I mean, Kata.
Yes.
Yes, that was the Guild of Cartographers. Guild of Cartographers age. That was a training age for them, and to manage the stars. That was. Oh, I loved that age a lot, but man, that was a very difficult age.
Okay, let me see if I can reconnect.
Sakura's figuring it out, seeing what's going on. Technical difficulties, it happens. How do we see?
I think it was you, Sakura.
Yeah, because you invited me to the party. You left the group. Did not have you leave the group. You're still in it. Hold on.
You went to the operative selection, but I think you're still in it.
Yeah. It's Adele. Not the leader. Okay.
I'm not the leader. I just tried. Big place edition. That play button does nothing.
That play button does nothing. Hold on. Leave the strike team. It won't let me leave the strike team. It won't let me leave the team. Yes. I left the team. Okay, let's disband the team. And I'll invite. Or maybe, hold on, I'll try to join. Sakura's currently established one. Could not join the strike team. Invite? Oh my gosh. Game. It's a closed beta.
I could not join you.
All right. No invites. Wow. This is... Whew. I will reload. I'm going to reload. We broke the game. I played for 99 minutes exactly. Game? Are you okay? Oh! Please help us diagnose the fix and problem of providing... It crashed, apparently. Could not...
Crashed on exit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join strike teams. And then exiting. It crashed. Blink. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Bugs. Steam. Thank you. Play. There we go. Oh my goodness. I'm drinking a lot of water very quickly. I'm dying of thirst today. My medication makes me insatiably thirsty. I drink so much water now, more than I ever have in my life. The nice thing about it is that I don't get hungry because I'm so thirsty. I drink so much water. It fills me up. Okay, let's see. We're waking the machine spirit. Could not join strike team, unknown error. It says over and over and over again, even though I just started. Let's see. Heed not the pleas of the weak. everybody out there, please, a message to you. I really hope that you take to heart. Heed not.
And so many typos. I mean, they're talking about the please of the week. They spelled please and week wrong.
And the game crashed again. Crashed. Unloading into the hub. Close. Join their game. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. It's like Warhammer 40k Darktide closed beta is attempting to launch with the optional parameters shown below. Join Immaterium Party 11C, blah, 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 blah. If you do not request this launch, do not understand these options, please cancel. Mike says, I'll say if you've been enjoying this game when it's working, you'll like Vermintide. This is true. I don't know yet. We finished a technical mission. Technically one mission, even though it crashed at the end. I'm curious to know how the progression works. Like, what's the point of levels? Do I get different gear and weapons and items? Like, what do I get?
Yes, and teleports.
Oh.
If you ever have a chance, go to your operative overview. There's a feats tab.
Okay. Friends online, strike team 1 of 4. Okay, you guys are on. I will invite you to the strike team. One at a time. Sakura has accepted the invitation. You've got this, we'll go.
I chose to accept it. I could not join strike team. Unknown error.
Oh no. You might have to restart. Oh, as requested, yeah. Accept. You've joined the strike team. Okay. I'm in charge of the strike team. Let's see if this works. I want to stress that this is a closed beta. This is not reflective of the final game. This is not reflective of the final game. Death comes for us all. Be a bulwark for humanity. Kill in the Emperor's name. Be not merciful. Kill the heretic with fervor. I bringeth death. My invite to Malava has expired.
Sure.
Okay, game. Okay. You know what? Okay. Alright, let's see if this is gonna work. Quick play. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, we're finally starting a game. It's a miracle. Okay. I just want you to know. Oh, who is it? That was Addison. They came and they left. Oh no, we're not getting another person because of it, are we? It's okay. Just wait. Okay. So don't hit ready yet? Or should I hit ready? At worst, well, okay.
You're heading to Metal Fab 36, where heretics have disabled the primary smelter. A demonic infestation has been suggested. Purge it to get the systems online.
Okay.
These production lines are vital. Rannick wants them operational again right now.
I like how your models did not load.
It takes a very long time. I want an all Ogren team, man. This is 4 big old Ogren. He's big and sneaky. use the poor processing power to my advantage to, you know, sneak in. It's loading. I wish that I could have text chat in this process at this moment. Mnemonic Man says, so sneaky like Unicron. How's it going, Mnemonic? It's so good to see you. How are you today? Fort Ogren would be bad. Ranged enemies would tear us up. Ah, that's what my bull rush is for. Purified. That's what Big Ranged would say. Yes.
Catch breath.
Atmosphere scrubbers are functioning. This is a temporary malaise.
There is much to be admired in these manufactoria. All work towards a common goal.
Chathlos, come on, buddy.
By supply elevator.
What a glorious fucking day!
Here he comes. Come on, Jathlos.
You finally hit something, Sparkhead. Me!
I did it. I hit you. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm used to it. Being a big old guy. Everybody likes to pick on me.
Up main gate is good plan.
A city within a city. Stacking our weapons and war gear.
Here they come.
That's where Prussians.
Oh, I'm in a net. I'm in a net. Oh no! Help! Help! I'm in a net. Ah! I didn't know they had net technology.
So you were on the internet?
Oh! Hi. I'm accidentally crit pathing these things, I think. Oh, there's the entrance. There's the door right here.
Ready in crowd control. The Emperor sees you.
This place is wall to wall during shift change. As it is, you should reach the elevator in minutes.
Tickle you.
Just hanging out with Jathlos back here. Are you making people's brains explode?
Yes.
I like it.
Dead bitch! Ambush! Hold strong!
Focus on our duty!
sick, but killed them mostly right away. It wasn't a problem. Full rush. Jumping over the things.
Enthusiastic, I suppose, Zealot. We might these inspire your own.
Just a big pile of bodies. Not a big deal. Oh, big guy. Nope, nope, no way. Nope, oh god, nope, nope, go away. I'm stuck, oh god. This is a bad place to be. Get in your belly, oh god. Trying to dodge. Oh god. Yay!
Fascinatingly vile in life. No less in death.
He's just doing a handstand. He's so cute. Look at him. He's just doing a little headstand.
Get some of this ammo, big man!
How gratifying!
That was silly. I like that very much. Oh god. Ah, I'm on fire.
The bomber is dead! Healing! A timely discovery! No way back!
Reload, shouts it. Oh, Medicare station.
Even you need healing, Ogren!
I don't know what the grenade button is either. I throw the whole grenade box. I think that's what I do. Oh god, I'm on fire again.
Just shout, I am your dude.
I am your dude. I am your dude.
Noob.
Like settled and guard style!
The Emperor sees your good work.
Lots of round.
Reloaded.
Enemy! He showed me a busy day at the gates of hell!
Music is awesome. I dig the music a bunch. Oh, I'm coming to save whoever's down. Is someone down there?
I think that's a bad dude.
we go. Oh, poor guy. His butt's stuck.
What holy
His butt's
duty
stuck
must
on the
these
elevator.
tanks undertake?
On the other hand, he's doing pretty well
Atonement
torquing.
ore displays higher durability across key indices. This is of benefit to armor plating.
Sacred duty indeed.
Duty.
Enemy!
I don't know if you guys see this.
Of
But
course.
I love when bodies clip through things. It's very silly. He's just...
Much like in Vermintide 1, or in Vermintide, that's the local to each. Ragman corpses, it just lets each machine handle that.
Ooh.
I must confess, I have questions
Right.
regarding the
Let's
diligence
find
of
this
our
frigging
pilot.
smelter! Connor, it's down! Ammo!
Loading ammo! Get back cover!
The Emperor will grant us victory!
Oh my gosh.
We have a moment to shrive our soul.
Gross.
That is pretty gross. Oh god.
I am your doom!
Alright then.
Beds! Find your wounds!
Smelter control isn't far. Press on and stay vigilant.
Medicaid station!
Delta 3 protocol in effect.
I think this metro requires further training!
What the heck? Oh, guy. Badunk.
Hostiles incoming! Reloading! Your end is nigh!
Reload.
Get out of the fireline!
Engagement protocol, Capo on Torox!
Ah, Stifler!
Uh-oh.
An executioner could do no better!
Let's throw down. Let's go down.
Ammunition! And about time!
Ammo!
Oi! The rest of us need some friggin' ammo as well, you know!
Sorry,
Ammo,
Jeff Lewis.
Rations? Oh my!
Tell me about Hoborg.
Hoborg?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, look, Hoborg is a guy. I mean, let's just be honest. Hoborg's hit some tough times. You know, with the loss of his hair, recent loss of his hair, his wife had decided that she was going to go with a space dwarf and just leave him. And, you know,
Your weapon
with
works
that,
better when loaded, Templar.
he went into a lot of binge eating in his life. Before everything began, before we got, you know, on this mission, he ended up eating like $70 worth of space time though. It's led to a lot of space diarrhea. It's similar to a normal diarrhea, but more spacey, of course. It's the future, after all. And it's just led to his really bad, you know, his situation where he loses the party all the time. He has a lot of problems getting his orientation correct in this game. Oh. Oh. What the hell? Oh, the net. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Being shot by somebody. Oh. Wait, that's the way we came. That was back at the beginning. Proceed to the fab. Okay.
Zola has focus. I respect that.
Look tough, talk tough. I like.
Just try not to get on her bad side, yeah?
Where the heck are we supposed to go? Ah, there's... Is that a door? That's a door. There we go. It's hard to tell where you're supposed to go. No, we lose. We'll go.
If it's howling, it's rolling.
Just in time. There is a healing station with your name on it.
Medicare station.
I don't mind saving you for when you really need it, associate.
Oh, you'd rather carry me back to the Morning Star, would you?
Imperium has Medicare.
Huh? Oh, there you go.
Smelter control is just beyond the assembly line.
I do enjoy that we just chastised our fourth party member for using the medic station when they didn't need it.
Veteran, attend! Ammo for you!
He is just very angry at the bodies. He's just looking at the ground, just attacking. Come to the rescue. Your stupid net.
No fight, no Russian.
Release me! Most appreciated.
Okay, so we're supposed to find the smelters.
You need to group up.
Always have to be in a group in here. Yeah. Well, that's silly. So I was in this room and I looked at the door. Didn't have anything. It's like, oh, you just need to be in the same room.
Time to end Russians, bitch.
Watch out.
Your judgment is at hand, mutant!
Poor Jacklos. I'm sorry, buddy.
Mutant dominated!
Just rush. It's like, this is a mess. I don't even know if they can see what's happening right now. The guy with the dramatic sucking of air.
Good work for getting this far.
I very much enjoy Sakura's characters. Just constant, just hooting and hollering.
Get going! No choice! Medicaid station!
I see a top flamer!
Oh, jeez. Activate the primary smelter. And then activate the primary delta.
I'm sorry, but he who smelter did delta. There, one. See.
I see all the nodes. I'm gonna sing you.
On your feet!
Sway.
I ain't dead yet!
Eyeball down. It's just Sakura, you don't know about the smelter burning with holy fire. Coming. Boom, boom. Ooh, fall down and die. Oh gosh. Stupid net man.
He lost his head though.
Wake the smelter machine spirit.
Healing's here, big man! Medicaid station! Sounds like a horde!
started the smelter.
Sorry, I've got in your way.
That's a miss.
Can't stop the Emperor's orders.
Oh god. Oh god, big guy. Oh, he... Okay, whew. He threw me into the stairs. Oh my gosh, I almost didn't make it.
Out of their way!
Oh, so Cypher's got a... Or, Japhlos has the healing box. And Cypher's got the ammo box. Japhlos is stocking it up.
Patch up and stop boarding! All charge!
Where is... So where did... Yeah, they didn't show me where your body is. I guess you have to wait. Coming to save you.
Looks like you did it. Moro owes me a drink.
I gotcha.
Need help or bitch?
You leave me no choice!
There we go. Blow this popsicle stand. Come on, you got this, guys. I believe in you.
Ogren, aim at the enemy!
Sorry.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Well struck!
Okay. Everybody on board? Bam. Peace. That was interesting. Flawless execution. Oh no, did we not get anything? Okay, we did. Did it glitch out on me again? Brian Icon, absolutely it is. So this is the closed beta for it. This is their third game technically. They had Vermintide and Vermintide 2, which was like the fantasy version of it, and this is their sci-fi stuff, of course. And it's fantastic. It's really fun. How are you doing today, by the way? I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Shout out to Brian. Let's get a shout out to Brian, by the way. Wonderful streamer as well. Another local Michigander. Does a lot of variety. They stream what they want to stream, and this is commendable. They're a person who likes to play what they like to play. They were playing a lot of Destiny 2 recently. It was a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, it's good times. Good times. No worries, Vocal. You take care of the kids. You take care of the kids. Being a stay-at-home dad to 2 daughters, and as all of you know, of all the times I've had to be like, I will be right back. I've got to take care of my kids. You know how it goes. What you been up to, Brian? Have you been doing anything good lately? Played anything else other than Destiny 2? I was playing the Doom RPG game on a mobile phone, and it's finally been ported to PC and like playable. It used to be on old flip phones. It's actually really good. It's like a turn-based RPG, like dungeon crawler, but still very Doom, and it's really good. It's surprisingly a lot better than I was expecting. Vigilance is the mutant's bane. Just so you know, it's an important piece of information. Okay, so once we load in, hit I for inventory. Okay. So I got new clubs. Okay. Equipped. Okay. So that's the new one. There is a story. Yeah, you get it when you hit level 2, right? Cosmetics. Nothing for my head yet. And then feats. So we unlock this stuff as we get bigger. Right. As we level up more. Okay. So we're playing through Cyberpunk 2077, some Overwatch 2. How was Overwatch 2 treating you? I know there's a lot of like folks who are having a tough time getting through and playing the game and all that sort of stuff, but I hope it's working well for you. I don't know how I feel about it personally. I played Overwatch 1, but I don't know if I'm going to be digging into Overwatch 2 very much. And how Cyberpunk 2077, how is that going? Because I know right now that's just becoming huge. Like, a lot of people are getting really into it. Alright, I guess I could get this. I think I'm fine. Get Cleaver. I think I'm okay with this stuff. That's one, Cyberpunk's one of those ones that I may visit someday in the future. It's kind of like, I love those types of games. Like, I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan. I disconnected from the server because it was a non-existing channel. Like, I'm a big, open world RPG, like, major love for Western RPGs and that sort of stuff, right? And the old, like, Elder Scrolls style games. And Cyberpunk seems right up my alley. But, like, that's a tough one for me. Because I get really, like, there's weird things that... So, like, in games like that, immersion is probably, like, a #1 priority for me, right? And I'm always worried in playing those types of games nowadays because there's just weird, stupid things that are irrelevant to the game itself. They're irrelevant to the gameplay. They're irrelevant even to the story. But for some reason, just, like, get into my brain. Like, I'm immersed in this game. I'm immersed in this world. And then I try to do something, and the game's like, no, you can't do that. Why would you want to do that? And then my brain's like, I'm sad now. Cyberpunk is a sort of Deus Ex feel underneath a lot of stuff. And so, like, with that, Sakura, I worry. Because, like, I bounced off of Deus Ex super hard. I had tried it, like, 5 or 6 years ago. And I bounced off incredibly hard. I need to revisit it and see. Because there's a lot of instances where games that I bounce off of is typically just I'm not in the mood for it. Like, I think I am. I get down and sit in that game. And then learn I am not even remotely in the mood for that type of game. And then I just bounce off. But then I always come back. Like, Metal Gear Solid is a great example of that. It took me forever to get into Metal Gear Solid in general as a game. And let's see. Sakura, it says you're in operative selection right now. Brian says the thing about Cyberpunk is more action focused than Deus Ex. Yeah. But, like, it's just got the different avenues of play based on the character creation style, I think, yeah, that's probably more where it is, but it's a lot faster paced. Not a lot of, like, having to deal with menus and a lot of, like, loadout management and that sort of thing that Deus Ex had a lot of. Okay, let's see. It's a lot less emergent. Okay. Interesting. I'm very, very curious. I love Cyberpunk as a setting, you know? And like Genesis Shadowrun, I gotta play through that at some point and like show that game off, because that was a really fun game that I liked.
Sanctioned redactors in HUD Zone HL 1866, the Torrent to some. End waypoint is Judicial Enforcement Station TM8707. The target can be found within. Approach is to be made through the underhabs, trying to preserve the element of surprise.
I love that hair. I love that hair so much. That is some of the best. I am like, that's a thing to this game's like artistic things that like nobody's looking pretty. Everybody's looking grizzled and like they've gone through some things. And I think that Sakura, your character in particular, has gone through a lot. It looks like they have gone through a lot. Now, you say story-wise, really great with world building and lore. That's my jam right there. That's my jam. Hash, how's it going, sir? It's good to see you. Get a shout out to Hash. Folks, we're not following Hash. What is wrong? He does a lot of retro PC games. Doing a lot of Amiga stuff lately. Edutainment from the Apple II era. And fantastic human being. One of the big up and coming in the retro scene person. He's just been, dude. Also recently celebrated his 1 year anniversary, stream anniversary. And to that I say congratulations. Hash, what have you been up to? You did edutainment. Did you do edutainment today? What did you play today? Off today. Did edutainment on Thursday. Today is Thursday, isn't it? Today is Thursday in my brain. Headline Harry the Great Paper Race. Yo.
Maintenance area HL 1866 D16. It is in short repair.
There we go. I've been inclined to dust off some Apple IIGS stuff because there is some. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Oh!
Psyker, get up!
There is some stuff that the Apple IIGS does that's so unique to it. Someone mentioned that I should dust off a Manhunter New York, and I was like looking at all the different versions of the game, and I grew up with the Apple IIGS version of it, and I was like, oh, I'll do the DOS version. And the DOS version, I'm like, this is not what I grew up with. This is not what I remember. And I was like, let me look up the Apple IIGS version. Very different than the DOS version. Let's look at the Amiga version. Very different than the Apple IIGS version. And I was like, huh. The big difference is that the Apple IIGS sound is just, it has special music. And it's the only one with like that sound quality. It's pretty wild. Oh no! There's some real gems on the 2GS. Tower of Miraglen. Nice! I gotta look into it. I have still my old childhood 2GS and it actually works. I gotta work on getting that like set up for like to actually play on real hardware. I don't have, I need to get a disk drive for it. And what's great about it is just it's just RGB. So like for video output. But yeah, I need to get a distract board. It's lost to time. And like the King's Quest IV is unique to that system because it uses the AGI instead of the SCI engine. And so it's the old school version of it, but it's also its music is much better than the DOS version, of course.
The AGI version of King's Quest IV also has developer.
What was that, Hesh or Wilco?
The King's Quest IV AGI has a unique Easter egg for a developer.
Oh, does it?
Actually, Rosa will go up on a spaceship.
Oh, that's right, the spaceship. That's right. One of those things that, like, it's so weird growing up with the 2GS as a kid, because like everything, I was like, oh, I'll go revisit that on the DOS, and I'm like, this isn't right. None of this is right. It all sounds different. It looks different. It's just not the same. I love my 2GS a lot. It's such a good system. Oh yeah, we'll go. Get medicked up.
Are you blind? I am surrounded! I am currently in the scope! I feel another headshot coming on!
Heat me up. It's on fire. No, I wish though the 2GS. Oh, I got zapped. The one thing I wish that the 2GS had retained from the Apple II was the ability to have the games in a cassette format, like so you could have sound. Like the game could be done in a cassette, and so you could technically just.
I got netted right next to you. And you
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't want trouble, Psyker.
Hey, generous colleague.
And so like you could just you can even just connect like a headphone jack into it as the sound in, and hook it up to your computer with the sound out, and just have it send the sound data over to it, and it's like boom, you got a game.
I like her.
That's not on the 2GS though, I don't think. Makes me sad.
Well, what are you waiting for? Activate the Ascender D16.
We got trouble.
Alright, let's call it.
Hold out until the Ascender's down. Don't get overrun.
Ooh, we got another Gogurt now! Yes! Brother! I love me some ogres. Hey, have you ever played the Manhunter games? Out of curiosity, Manhunter New York and San Francisco? Those are some games. They are something else. I very much enjoy them. They're flawed horrifically. They're so interesting.
Moving
right.
Do you understand?
Up the stairs we go.
You are now in Hab Block HL 1866 1.
I played one of them as a kid. I didn't get very far. Whichever one had a Cupid doll game. That'd be Manhunter New York. The Cupid doll game. There's a lot of ways to softwalk in the game, but they do a pretty good job of checkpoints. And so, like, failure doesn't mean the end. And failure, like, they put you back to the previous state before you failed. Oh, yeah. I'd like to take a shot on them now that I'm old and now that you are wizened to the ways of game design. They're flawed, and like it's one of those weird situations where Manhunter New York would be fantastic with quality of life. Like if it had some modern quality of life, it would be fantastic. And it's just a thing that was far ahead of its time. Trying to do the first-person adventure game, you know, and its puzzles and stuff like this were interesting, but they just had lots of little issues that made it tedious. So you had to like refer to this computer to figure out the answers and stuff like this. Oh god, he's right there. Oh god. Oh, come on, get off me. Just let me reload, dude. Let me reload! For the love of God. Jeez. Oh, here's another. But it's worth it. The Manhunter games are absolutely worth it. They're fantastic. They're cinematic. They're a bunch of varied gameplay. It's very atypical of Sierra, you know? And that one, I would say that Manhunter is probably the game series that is the most forgotten out of Sierra's catalog. And it's a shame, because it's so interesting.
It's gone, yes?
Finding cover.
This way, right?
Good shot.
Tuesday I started playing Neverhood. Oh man,
We can tend our wounds here.
Neverhood's fantastic. It sucks that Doug TenNapel is the person that he is. I wish Doug TenNapel was not as horrible of a human being as he is. But Neverhood is fantastic. Also, even the sequel on the PlayStation 1 is a ton of fun. It's a platformer, Skull Monkeys. Still a lot of fun though, and it has that style that's really quirky and fun. The soundtrack to Neverhood is stellar. Yeah, Skull Monkeys is great. I wouldn't necessarily say though that the spiritual successor to Neverhood, they did a Kickstarter for it. I can't remember the name. I have it. It's not very good.
Armacroft.
Oh, there's a dude sniping. Oh, there he is. But Neverhood's so good. My only gripe with Neverhood is there's a sliding tile puzzle early on that is unnecessary. Why do we have sliding tile puzzles? It's 3x3. My brain still struggles. I cannot with sliding tile puzzles. I just can't.
A good shot.
I struggle with all sliding tile puzzles.
No. Safety.
there was someone I know who they were doing Return to Zork, and in Return to Zork there's a big sliding tile puzzle. It's huge. And I watched them, and they were just like, they looked at it for like a couple seconds, and were like, bop, 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 done. And I was just like, how did you, like, oh, it's easy, you just do this. I'm like, doesn't make a lick of sense.
Engaging more protocols!
Rolling up now!
It doesn't make a lick of sense. I don't understand it. I can sit there and do like any logic puzzle out there. You throw a sliding tile puzzle on me, it's bad. Fried rice! Yes, there is a survey. Hesh, you've inspired me. I put out a survey for folks if they want to talk about and give feedback to the stream. I would greatly appreciate it. Look, I'm trying to improve. I've been streaming for so long, and I feel like I've stagnated, and I want to improve and get better. So I want to hear feedback from folks.
I'm inclined to
If you want to fill that out, folks, you're more than welcome to do so. How's it going, Fried Rice? Thank you, my friend, for this survey thrown out there. How are you tonight, by the way? And we're also fiddling with the idea of doing some stuff on YouTube and talking about games.
Yeah?
Sorry, lad.
Just beat King's Quest 3? What did you think of King's Quest 3?
The sum of your parts is greater than the individual. In other words, group up.
I think King's Quest 3 is one of the better ones. So like we rank King's Quest as a series, what? King's Quest 6, King's Quest 3, King's Quest 7 maybe? King's Quest 2? 6 is fantastic. 6 is really legit good.
Access Penitentiary Elevator 3. Proceed to kill target location.
But I enjoyed 3 a bunch. It's very different than your typical King's Quest, which I enjoyed. It's still got some of the classic King's Quest things, but does things a little differently, and I very much appreciate that.
Initiating crowd control!
3 was one of those ones too that I also came into much later in life. So like my first King's Quest was King's Quest 4, and then 2, and then it was 6, then 5, then 7, and then 3. Like 3 was like the last one that I played, and it's so weird to play them in such an out of order, right? Just beating people with a club. For the most part, this is Warhammer 40k Darktide. This is the closed beta for it right now, so we're just testing it. The closed beta lasts all this weekend. And some of the guys who made Vermintide and Vermintide 2, which is set in the fantasy Warhammer universe, and is a similar style. It's Left 4 Dead. It's a Left 4 Dead style game. And it's been so much fun a bunch right now. I do a lot of clubbing. Get out of the way. Heads explode. King Quest 3 is my favorite in the series. Hesh, it was for the longest time for me, but I just feel that King's Quest 6 does so much stuff. It does so much. I enjoyed it a bunch. Alright, I just gotta get in the elevator. But 3 is definitely my second favorite, I think. Sorry, I didn't realize it was in here.
A jail is a fitting place for the arch heretic.
But, so, music, voice acting, world, it all just comes together. Ah, see, Hesh. I would agree with you for the most part. I think that 6 is the only exception for me. Oh, I mean, I do enjoy Parser Sierra. I do enjoy Parser Sierra more. I like my text parser.
Reckon you can match me.
And
eliminate sanction reductor's target with alacrity.
Oh my gosh, dude. Captain Berger Oranto.
You're not giving up? Shoot yourself.
Oh, come on, dude. So good. Oh my dodge. Oh god. Almost dead. No, dude, we almost had him. He's mad at me. I just wish we had more parser games in general. Parser games are the best. Oh jeez, that was on me. It gives you player agency. It's just more fun to play. I've talked about it time and again about the virtues of the text parser. That's why a game like EverQuest is so much more engaging than a typical MMORPG. Fried Rice says, I was like 7 or so when I saved up my money and bought Codename Iceman. Oh no! Codename Iceman is the worst. That is the worst. So bad. I'm so sorry that you did Codename Iceman. The kid, the 7-year-old Fried Rice. That's why it's Fried Rice 7. Right there. It's to never forget the pain and suffering that you had to deal with Codename Iceman. Oh my gosh. The Emperor's Gift. I'm so sorry. Is my weird... So it's so weird, because like what happened when I was a kid, when we got our Apple II GS, right? My brothers, they had access to their computer lab at school, and they just made copies. We pirated everything, for the most part. And so we got just what we could get. And that was typically, everything was out of order and weird. So like Space Quest 2 before I played Space Quest 1. And King's Quest 4 was our first. And then 2. And then 1. And never played 3 for the longest time. And like I could never play Space Quest 3 because it didn't have, the Apple II GS never got the SCI engine at all. Any of those games. I was pretty proud of myself trying to realize I was thinking, oh, the volleyball. Yeah. No, I mean, there's the submarine driving portion is just torturous. I hear it is torturous. I've never played Codename Iceman. I just know of its infamous status. But I don't know if I could do it myself. I don't know if I could. But it's just it's just so funny just to play all these weird Sierra games, and without any context, you come into Space Quest with Space Quest 2, and you have Sledge of Volhall, and you're like, well, they're like, oh, we meet again. It's like, have we? And it's so good, though. Man, that stuff shaped me, because it taught me how to type, taught me how to spell, and like I was, 3 and 4 years old at the time, and I was just obsessed over that stuff. I thought it was the best. They said I never got to the sub, even though that was the thing on the box that sold me on the game. That stuff hurts. It hurts when you're like, oh, okay. I want this because of all these things, and then it ends up being the worst. Cool. Got a boost there. I didn't get any cosmetics or anything, did I? These things are still locked. Okay, let's do another mission. But yeah, no, I'm glad at least you stopped there. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, but it's not fun. That's not a fun game. You guys ready to go to the next mission?
Yeah, so, unless you want to buy any weapons.
I'm ready. Let's just jump in. Why not? Let's see what happens. It's 5 or 6 to unlock the first perk. Okay. I wish we had more. I'm so happy there's actually starting to become a renaissance of parser-based adventure games. So the Colonel's Bequest is coming out soon. That's big in development. Heroine's Quest.
Crimson Diamond, you mean?
Crimson Diamond, sorry. Not Colonel's Bequest. Crimson Diamond. Sorry, my poor brain. It's influenced by the Colonel's Bequest. Crimson Diamond, thank you. And they have Heroine's Quest, and there's some stuff. There's somebody who's doing a Police Quest style game, and doing it like an AGI style, not SCI style, and it is looking fantastic. It had shadows and things like this. The only text parser game I beat is Trilby's Notes. Oh yeah, that's from the guy who did Zero Punctuation.
Ready up.
Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm a jibber jabberer.
You are to complete a sanctioned redactus mission, Varnitz. A target requires execution. Your new playmate is located in Judicial Enforcement Station TM8707. A curious lair. Make no attempt at subtlety. I'm sorry, I've no idea why I said that to you of all people.
Interesting. Yeah, the Zero Punctuation guy, that was back in the day when the Adventure Game Studio was huge. And so even I was in that community working on stuff all the time, and he was always in the forums there, and everybody was like, this is the best stuff. Oh my gosh. At the time.
Wait till it doesn't have to get pumped through here. Hopefully you'll be gone by then.
A settlement? Home to the righteous! Or sinners, more likely.
Are you listening, varlets? Access Ascender D16 to reach the streets.
It is good to be away from the Morning Star.
Whee! Oh my gosh, lots of people.
Initiating crowd control!
We do need to, at some point, look back at the old AGS games that got old. I think a lot of them get lost to time, and that's an era when the quote-unquote adventure game was dead, and they picked up the pieces, and they were making really interesting adventure games, albeit a lot of times very flawed, still really interesting, and they're all but forgotten. Because they had in that community, oh gosh, oh there he is. My shot did nothing.
Rise no more, mutant! The hound comes
Coming.
judgment!
That hell just burst into flames. I love it.
Raging the Ethereum! Shotgun out! Toss you to hell!
Gotcha.
Eliminate! Oh, grot it. Dog dead.
Illuminar!
Guide us,
Dog dead.
even into this darkness.
Sorry, dude.
Nihilists identified.
See how the hab is raised. A marvel of engineering. How could the governor of this planet permit such decay? Perhaps I have misjudged your skill.
Prepare to die!
I'm curious though, like what the is there actually a plot to these games, or is it just simply like missions like this? Like they're like, okay, your missions to go here, like kind of this randomly generated missions to get gear, or is there actually like a unified plot of what's going on? That's kind of a big thing for me. I need to have something to grip onto. If it's just like, hey, do missions, and kind of randomly generate them to make them more dynamic and interesting. I don't know if that would do that. For me. That's also not saying it's not worth it for anybody else. Clicky girl. What is that? The finest pants in the land. This a noble endeavor. A noble
She is a different kind of priest. One I do not understand. I simply think we need to watch her.
Hold out until the ascender's down. Don't get overrun.
D16. Deployed.
Let's go.
Egress feasible. Proceed through Hadlock HL 1866. 123 with all speed.
Medicaid station! Binding up! Lord Emperor, stand with us now!
swinging away.
Pilgrim, toward!
Interesting. There, whew, that was close. That was close.
I hope it was unique. I suspect otherwise.
I've done the healing.
Oh, the good Emperor be testing us today, kindred.
That was
He
good.
will not find us lacking.
Thank you, Loco, for the wonderful healing throwdown.
Oh, the food that must have been here. Oh, I can practically smell it. Why shoot me, Market?
My apologies, brute.
Ammunition! God Emperor, thank you for ammunition.
God Emperor, thank you for ammunition.
Good. A healing station.
Last to the boats. Dash them.
Oh, you get the wonderful ability to just kind of pick them off without ever having to draw their aggro.
Glory be a med station!
Waypoint. Judicial Enforcement Station TN8 707.
Oh, let's just hang out there.
I'm reloading!
You finally hit something, Sparkhead. Me.
My Ogren.
Sanctioned redactor's target is Cowrie Magistrati Oubliette TN8 707. Proceed with haste.
Cool place. Come on, dude.
The hound is no more. Need cover. Reloading.
Interesting place.
Survive the heretic!
What? Come on, hit that guy. Ooh, dude.
Engage!
Maxels, holy crap. Yeah, I got in the Warhammer beta. How are you today? It's good to see you. It has been a long time. What have you been up to? Whoever says, who is Sakura? Sakura is Adele. It's a Templar. character, I think. Some of that effect. It has been so long. What have you been up to? No, I've been doing good though. Been awesome. Been streaming as always. Switched jobs a couple times. Had some significant life events. My wife is pregnant now. Dude, I love it. Dude, congratulations. First time? First time dad? I'm curious. First kid learns to play. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Whole lot of work. You're gonna do great though. Having kids is a wild journey. It ain't easy, but it is very fulfilling. But that's fantastic. Played any good games since then? I don't want to continue gender stereotypes, so you can choose whatever. Oh yeah, no. Totally understand. Absolutely. Oh. And I'm on fire now. And it's in playing a crap ton of foxhole. What is foxhole? Tell me a foxhole. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go.
Follow me!
So what's I'm doing? So it's a persistent World War II-esque sim isometric view. Spend all the time doing logistics, which is gathering resources and building things for the front lines of the warfare. Interesting. This is like a ton of fun.
Sanction Redactor's target is on a different floor. Seek penitentiary elevator.
I've been playing Maxwell's. This may sound right up your alley then. I've been playing a lot on my own, and I think I'll bring it to the stream at some point. Just kind of getting the hang of it. This awesome, like a top-down kind of isometric view. You have a free roaming camera, but it's up high up in the air view. That is a hard to describe this game. It's Kenshi, if you ever heard of it. It is a post-apocalyptic alien fantasy world, alien sci-fi fantasy world that can be play like an RPG a la like Baldur's Gate, or play like a real-time strategy game, or play like a world-building, a base-building like sim. It kind of plays however you want the actual, how you actually want it to play like. It's really interesting, and it's very open. It's not, there's no like story where you're the hero. There's a world story and world mysteries. Out of the way there. But it's stuff that you'd have to just discover on your own and kind of want to have the drive to do. It's not one that the game forces down your throat. It's really interesting. Kenshi, yes. Thank you, Mojito. Also, welcome. It's good to see you. It is super interesting. Gosh. It is a... Oh, wait. Jeez, how many hovers are there to be? My god. As I go left, I find myself gravitating towards solo games or at least slower-paced online games. This will be so up your alley. It's a hardcore survival RPG, but it's not one that is like it's tough but fair, and is one that is a lot of like building up towards things. Like, you can never be in a situation where you're like, I'll just go exploring. You're like, I gotta prep for this. And I also have to make sure that my character is capable of, like, surviving it, or my party, depending on how you play. And, like, oh yeah, you guys need to heal up.
Crypt key updated. You may proceed aboard the elevator.
And it's huge. The world is enormous. There's so much lore that's just tucked away in it. It does go on sale occasionally for like around like $15, $20-ish. It doesn't go too much lower. I'll stream it, Maxwell. If you wanna see it, I'll probably stream it next week on Monday. If you're around, it'll be there for you. Or check the VOD. See if it might be something for you. Because it is a large-scale game. It's one of those ones that you'll sit down and plunk. If it's your thing, it's one that you'll sit down and plunk hundreds of hours.
What a bounty of blood and bone!
Sanction Redactor's target confirmed.
This guy again. This song is really good too. I remember she did the music of this.
Impressive, I suppose.
Ate that shield up. There we go. Damn, nailed it. Boa Baggins, dude. Long time no see. Dude, welcome. Yeah, I have been branching out into some more modern games in general. Because one, I love them. I very much enjoy that. And also just want to play games I want to play. You know? I don't want to be linked down with a very singular concept. That's it. What am I doing? What am I doing? What's happening right now? Minnesota's good place. I'm Michigan, enjoying the wonderful world of Michigan. But I know nothing of the 40K universe. It's been interesting. This has been a very fun game so far. I'm very curious to know if there's like a story progression in this. Would there actually, if there'd be one in the end. Tucker says, I'll post a lore video later. Absolutely. I do know that there is a guy who does videos set in the 40K universe that does like these CG animated videos that are absolutely stellar, like super fantastic. But Maxwell's, the thing, yeah, with Kenshi, it has like this very devout fan base. There's a lot of really interesting YouTube videos, a lot of folks who love to do like role play and get into character and kind of craft their own stories, really dig and attract themselves to Kenshi. So it's such a fascinating and unique world, you know, and it has some of that you know, spaghetti western samurai aesthetic, but set to a sci-fi post-apocalyptic, and there's a lot of unique and interesting culture and world building that they do. No worries, Wilco. Have a wonderful night. I think that's going to we'll do some chatting. This might be for the game for right now, because it's getting late, and I want to do a little chatting with everybody, because it's been a long time. I haven't seen anybody. let's catch up with everyone. We're going to wrap up in just a minute, but I just wanted to say hi. So, for those that don't know, tomorrow we are supposed to be doing Interactive Story Saturday with Nick, where we were supposed to be playing Suspect. I don't know if he'll be available. If he is, we are absolutely doing it tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. If not, we'll probably finish off Doom RPG, the mobile phone Doom dungeon crawling RPG made by John Carmack, which has been an absolute joy. And there is, for anyone who's interested, if you've enjoyed this stream, if you like to, there is a survey I would love for folks to fill out to learn or to get some feedback from people, because I am constantly trying to improve myself every day. I've been streaming for 9 years, right? 9 years. That's a long time. Almost 9 years. 9 years in February, which is an absolutely long time. And I would love feedback. I would love for folks to help me improve. Fears are now unlocked. Oh no. We might play some more of this too. Sakura, for sure. There's a possibility. But I very much enjoyed Darktide. That's really good. I might look into getting Vermintide and going through that series. But no, I want to improve all the time with streaming in general. I did the survey. I couldn't think of anything to say. Most people for advice was the same way. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, I love feedback. I want, like, brutal honesty. So, like, I want to be in a situation where people are like, oh, you're not that interesting. Like, I want people to tear me down in a constructive way, at least. I've had lots of praise, and it very much warms my heart, very much to hear people also being very supportive of the stream in general and think that I do a good job, because that means the world to me. I work super hard on this stuff, you know? We do AI, CPU versus CPU fights, you know, for fighting games and stuff like that, doing tournaments, exploring MMORPGs, text-based adventure games, these are the sorts of stuff that I typically really enjoy, and then just doing a variety of everything else. Sakura says, you can choose one of the three, it can change at will. Oh, with the fears, okay. Wilco says, oh yeah. And Wilco, man, thank you so much, Wilco, for playing with me. It means the world. I'm sorry I wasn't very chatty. It's so weird when streaming multiplayer games, especially ones that are really fast-paced, my brain gets, like, locked in. It gets locked in. I'm just like, yes, I'm focusing on these things. It gets very intense. There's a lot to manage, at least in those first times playing these types of games. It's hard to focus outside of them. But I also really, like, part of also why I want to do the survey and learn things, especially is trying to see if anybody would be interested in me doing kind of more discussions on games and design and talking about particular games in general on, like, YouTube and doing videos for this sort of stuff. It's been a thing that has been weighing heavily on my mind as something that I'd like to do, because I want to focus on providing insight and perspective to games and what makes them interesting, and also really just continuing to hammer the point of, like, the vibrant landscape of video games that is mostly untouched, lost MMOs, the beauties of the text parser, which I love dearly, and then just talking about, like, my history with games and how things go, and it's generally stories. Maxwell says, comment about your survey. In my opinion, you should stream what you enjoy most, and the audience becomes kind of self-selecting. That's what you've always done, at least how it seems to me. Absolutely, Maxwell's. One of the major problems that I have experienced in streaming, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just simply that, like, I have been just kind of sitting around the same viewership for a very long time. And part of it is because I am, like a legit variety streamer. And so what happens, it was interesting, my results of the survey so far have been that, like, everybody, all of the survey entries will like one thing and one particular thing, and all of those things end up being even in the end. And so, like, 10 people will all have, you know, 2 different sets of answers and all even out, or 5 different sets of answers, and like all of it will even out. So everybody's like, oh, I really like this thing, and 2 other people will agree. I really like this thing, 2 other people will agree. I like this thing, 2 people will agree. And it goes on and on and on, and I'm like, oh, this is the ultimate nightmare. What do you do when in the end you get a whole bunch of entries and all of them are split even across the board? Sakura says growth on Twitch in general is not good. I'm not trying to be like going for partner or anything like this. It's more, I want to gain perspective, and one of the things that I would love to do more than anything is just meet new people and pool resources to work on reclamation of old games, because when you have more people listening, you're able to get more information on lost games. So like I talk about Dark Sun Crimson Sands, the Dark Sun MMO that is lost to time, and trying to revive that and get stories and collect information about that sort of thing. And I want to reach out to people in that way. I think that would be really valuable, a valuable resource. Getting to know more of the MUD community and getting people in that regard. Maxwell says, on Lost MMOs, I just bought a 12-year-old server with 144 gigabytes of RAM and have been trying to figure out how to do self-hosting. If you know of any abandoned MMOs that have been reverse engineered, might be a fun thing to see if I can get it running. I mean, Maxwell's, if you want to help in the process of reverse engineering, we're actually currently trying to do so for Dark Sun Crimson Sands with some folks that I know. That is a thing that we are attempting to do, which is a very long and arduous process. Fried Rice says, I checked this morning's time slot, the morning time slot, but then in the commentary I said evenings are best for co-op. But Bobo Baggins says, that makes my home lab heart so jealous. Are you going to run a hypervisor on it to host multiple OSs simultaneously? Oh my goodness. And like, there's lots of old MUDs, multi-user dungeons, and the world of online gaming from like 1995 and back is almost entirely lost. We have information in magazines, these sorts of things, but the games and the actual gameplay of them and the ability to play them are lost to time. And it hurts my heart to see it. It hurts my heart to see it. And I think that we need to shine light on that stuff more often. I want to grow as a channel, but I'm not one of those people that wants to be like growing as a channel to profit off of it. I'm more like grow as a channel so that we can learn more about old games and help maybe preserve them, or at least gather stories and information about them, because that's so rare. That's so rare. It drives me wild to be in a position where I see people, right, that are that have like clout in particular communities, but they have no interest in preservation. And I'm like, but there's so much we could do if we just add the resources. Maxis says, post that reverse engineering project on your Discord for me if you don't mind. I don't code in C, C++ for my day job, which is what I assume the reverse engineering effort is in, but happy to give it a shot. Maxels, it's pretty old school. I'll tag you. I'll give you the information that we know and the contact information of the big guy who is working on it hardcore. He's doing a lot of stuff right now in Scum VM, so he's kind of like having to take a short break from it, but he has compiled a bunch of information about it. And we have stuff to pull from. And I'm trying to reach out to like the development team who worked on Crimson Sands. What sucks is that there was a previous effort to get Crimson Sands working and reverse engineered by 4chan. And their efforts were aggressive in trying to reach out to the development team. So they kind of cut themselves off from social media. Fried Rice says, in the survey, I should have put Codename Iceman in it as a game I'd like to see you play. Wilco, I knew. Oh, Wilco. I knew. Maxwell says, Fortune got too aggressive, color me surprised. Yeah, but I got a lot of information from the archive of their posts when they were doing that sort of stuff, Maxwell's. And I got a lot of information that was very helpful, but it also highlighted just how insane that was. That was wild to have gone through all of this horrible, horrible toxic nonsense and having to pluck all this important information, because it gave me contact information for certain people. It also gave me contact information for previous teams that also tried to work on this stuff and you know, decided to just disband. But it's been one of my giant bucket lists of things that I feel is necessary to achieve. And it's one of those things that Crimson Sands isn't necessarily... It is challenging in a different way than more modern MMO preservation attempts. It's an old school one. It was peer-to-peer for the most part, how it kind of worked. There were other things that the servers themselves dealt with and managed, but it was predominantly peer-to-peer. But the problem with it is just in the reverse engineering side of things is that it used worked off the older operating systems. The Windows, like the old school Windows pre-95, and so that stuff is kind of hard to get the tools necessary to figure out what's going on and reverse engineer it, that's been the major struggle. But there's been some headway in that, so it's a process. But I want to just hear survey stuff, and I want to know if people would like to see me talk the way that I do now, but a little more controlled, a little less ranty, a little more, you know, a little more defined, and put that stuff on YouTube and talk about these things. I knew might be a wizard. I saw the survey, and I was like, I know who that is. I knew it was you. I knew it was you the whole time. It's so funny, because like a lot of them, I was like, oh, that's really nice. That person said a really nice thing. And then there's like one person where I'm like, I know who that is. When my good friend Mike, there was an entry, and it's like, what types of things would you like to see? And they did an other and wrote indies. And I was like, that's Mike. That's Mike. That's easy. I know that one. That's a good one. But yeah, no, maybe Wizard, I'm on to you. So I appreciate anybody filling out that thing. It only takes a couple seconds. It's pretty generic. You know, I don't really have anything crazy specific. That was my first time trying to run one of those things, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But it's definitely been one of those situations where I've been going through a whole bunch of stuff. I recently got my ADHD diagnosis, happily medicated now, and been able to focus a lot more on these projects and creative endeavors. And this is part of also why I decided to throw out the surveys, because I'm like, I now have the resources and the mental resources and emotional resources to move forward and to continue to improve. And that's part of why I put out the survey in the first place. Wilco says, IDA Pro works pretty well to take things apart, although it's a lot of information. That's how I got you to the serial code generation for Journey to Heaven. Oh, Wilco, I need to have, no joke. Man, Christmas is coming around. That has been a joy. My Wizard says, what's been the hardest thing to adjust to? Like on medication? Is that what you mean, my Beer Wizard? What's been the hardest thing to adjust to? Yes. Oh, nothing. Nothing. Oh my God. Dude, it was an immediate effect where, and I didn't necessarily notice anything like change in terms of like energy or these sorts of things. But one of the biggest things that changed was I was in a situation where I was doing a task. That task was interrupted by, my kids doing things. And I was able to pick up my task immediately afterwards and not feel frustrated or like having to build back up to do it. And having to move between different tasks was just fantastic. It was just amazing to have that capacity to do so. Fred Rice says, it's impressive you made it this far without being 88. I've been trying to get a diagnosis now for over 3 years. and gone through a lot of like evaluations and tests, but they're always like, "Oh, you're so well spoken. You're so intelligent. You're coping well enough. You should be fine." And I'm like, "I'm not coping well enough." And meds just sort of take the edge off. It's weird. I didn't get diagnosed until 36. Exactly. It was you were in high school, it changed everything. Yeah, one of the things also was just like the major differences that I saw when I was on this medication. We went on vacation recently, where there was lots of people. Slightly terrifying that there were lots of people. But one of the things that was most miraculous was I didn't notice. So like when I'm in a restaurant or in a crowded area, I hear every conversation. Like I will sit there, my brain, and it can't help itself, will sit there and pick 5, 6 different conversations, and I'm just juggling those in my head. I'm not paying attention to anything that's happening in my life. I'm just locked in on those conversations, and I can't filter it. But then on this medication, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's just noise. And I'm like, yes, this is amazing. This is fantastic. And I think probably the to answer the question though might be a wizard of like what was the most challenging to adjust to is understanding the different, recognizing what the medication was treating and what it wasn't. There were definitely situations where I was still feeling frustrated in like my day to day. Like there'd be something that would happen and be like, oh, I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed and I'm aggravated. And I'm like, then my medication must not be working. But then I'm like, no. The thing that is frustrating me was just legitimately frustrating me. It wasn't the ADHD that was causing the frustration in that particular instance. It was the actual act, the event. And it was great to be able to recognize those things, where that was probably the toughest adjustment, is trying to understand what was just a natural thing that was affecting me versus something that the ADHD was affecting me. Maxwell says, normal human emotions, hopefully in moderation, though. Absolutely. Absolutely, Maxwell. Because before, with the ADHD and stuff like this, that frustration was starting to become an actual problem, where it was affecting me negatively. I was getting very upset, and I had to take moments, set moments aside. I couldn't manage those negative emotions as well. I mean, nothing, concerning, but definitely a situation where it's like, this can really be escalated in a really negative way. It could get worse, and it needs to be addressed now. And definitely it helps with emotional management, and it just changed everything. Just how, and there are some instances where the tools that I had built up over time, the coping mechanisms and these things that I had built over time to manage and deal with that ADHD still pop up unnecessarily. And that's also part of one of the difficult adjustments, is to be like, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this routine that I had built for myself. I don't need this this meticulous management of tasks and ideas in my head. I don't need that anymore. I can be able to manage and move between tasks more easily. Wilco says, and it's about a 50% chance to pass it to your offspring. My daughter absolutely has it. It's a topic we discuss. Oh, really? Might be a wizard. It's a topic we discuss rather frequently. Well, it is definitely, I think, a situation where when you're on the medication, apparently, So like for a person who doesn't have ADHD, their reactions are, they're super energized, ready to go, and never sleep. And it's just funny, they talk about the side effects of these things. And my experience so far has just been that the only side effect that I've experienced is just I get thirsty a lot more. I need more water. My mouth gets dried out easier. I still take naps. What's great about the naps are, it's never a situation of I'm going to die, I need a nap. It's now, you know what? I have had a lot to process. I had a rough day. I could use a nap. And I sleep for like 30 minutes instead of like 3 hours. Fried Rice says, my wife knows when I forgot to take my medicine. So, Fried Rice, there was a, oh, Max says, I'm not current with ADHD meds. Is it primarily stimulants? It is. Yep. I'm on Adderall, extended release, 15 milligrams, once a day. There's an instance where when I was trying to understand, like, because it's really like learning how to like walk again, right? Your brain and just how things work, and you kind of test the boundaries of what sets things off, how does everything work now? And there's a situation where I was dealing with like the regular emotions that were natural emotions, not ones caused by ADHD. And I was like, well, is the medicine working? And my wife's like, oh, it's working. She's like, you are a completely, a much more composed and put together person now because of this. And she's like, I can tell right away. And she's like, there was a moment where I asked, like, I knew you had taken your meds late because the morning routine was a mess. And I was like, yeah, yep, absolutely was. And she absolutely knows Fried Rice. Absolutely. So it was really such a relief. And there was a lot of tears when I had finally got that diagnosis, because it was something that I had struggled with so much and constantly try to get people to recognize. It was so hard because, again, how I talk, how I compose myself, how I am aware of my own body and these sorts of things, that like disarms a doctor. And they're just like, well, then you're fine. If you're aware of these things, if you can manage these things, you're fine. I was like, but I'm not able to manage these things. And so spending so much time trying to find doctors who can, and finding psychiatrists in general was impossible. Like, I would spend once a week, every week, for almost a full year to try to get an appointment with a psychiatrist. And it was just impossible. They weren't taking anybody. Anyways, sorry, I'm ranting and raving about this. But, yeah, Fried Rice, it was hard. It was so hard. Nobody was taking new patients. The pandemic really kind of messed things up. And it just made everybody flood, psychiatrists and stuff like this. So nobody was taking anybody. But luckily, I was able to eventually score a therapist. And that therapist was like, would you like to see the psychiatrist? I was like, yes. Because she saw me and she's like, do you have ADHD? And I'm just like, I'm not going to self-diagnose, but maybe. It's like, would you like to see a psychiatrist about it? Like, yes, please. She's like, I'll get you an appointment. Thank you. I was like, thank you. Oh my God. I'm going to cry. Maybe. And the psychiatrist just talked to me for like 2 seconds, because the therapist and then they worked together. So the therapist made extensive notes, and the psychiatrist was like, yeah. I was like, okay, validation. Oh my God. And I had lots of questions because, again, I wasn't seeking like Adderall. I was just like, what do we do? I'm not like, oh, I need medication. I'm very much like, what's a plan of action? My Poo Wizard says, you should play Shadowrun on Genesis again. You probably won't enjoy it now that I'm on medication. Well, it's been surprising that one of the other things that I was like, oh, this is great. There have been situations where I'll play a game, these more long-standing games. Like, I've been playing Minecraft with my daughter, and I've been playing Kenshi on my own. These games that I love a lot, these long-term building something, working towards something games, and I'll bounce off of them though. I'll play it for like an hour and be like, I'm going to do this thing, and never finish or follow through with it. And now I'm just like, yeah, I'll just follow through with it. It's fine. Put a couple hours in, a night, and it's like, there we go. I'm working towards that thing now. And that's also why I'm like, I should work on the stream more. I want to improve it. I want to do stuff on YouTube and talk about games. And I want to see if other people would be interested in seeing that stuff and interested in offering feedback and helping me grow. because this is something that I greatly enjoy doing. It is something I look forward to every day that it comes up. And I'm always thinking about it. And I'm thinking about ways to improve and be better. So I hope that I get some good feedback. I hope that folks do enjoy this stream in general and enjoy me as a person and personality. Oh, Jesus. Because I also one of those people that don't go into this stuff for like, you know, I want to make it big. I want to be, I want to be internet famous. No, I'm very much I want to talk to folks. I want to enthuse about games. I want to listen to folks enthuse about games. That's the most important thing. Because I play games all my life. This is my hobby. This is the thing that I love doing. And I want to keep talking about games. Like, Frederick says, I got a link right there somewhere if you want to become famous. Yeah. Hook me up. No, like I talk to I've done a couple podcasts recently, and I'm just like, if I could just do this, I would be happy in my life all the time. Just talking about video games on a podcast. Never ending. Like, just, it's the most fun that I have in the world. I did a podcast where I talked about Sewer Shark, and there was a famous YouTuber, not a famous YouTuber, but a very super well off YouTuber with a big following. I had no idea. And yeah, their description was that it was a very enthusiastic person. I was like, thank you. I really enjoy this a lot. I'm sorry. I get so excited about it. Anyways, tomorrow it's kind of 50-50. It's up in the air what the stream is going to be tomorrow. My good friend Nick and I typically play text adventure games on Saturday nights. He might not be able to make it. If he is able to, we're going to probably finish the Infocom adventure games, Suspect, the murder mystery, which has been a joy. If not, I'll probably finish Doom RPG, and maybe if we have time, because I feel like I'm getting close to the end of Doom RPG, maybe start up some Kenshi and play some of it. We'll see. Next week is a weird week. Again, I feel like I've been juggling a million games previously, and now that I'm like now that I'm well medicated, I'm very much like, what do I do now? What's the focus? Might Be Wizard says, I hear you on that. I self-sabotage every 2 months. Had someone ask me about how many subs and followers I have, which led to a conversation about when I was on a stream team. Then my habits of changing my names frequently. They were like, so you don't want to make money? I don't want to make money. Any money that I get into this goes back into the stream and like into games that I will stream or into prizes for stuff for the AI tournaments. Like, I don't want to make money. I want to talk about games that preserve games and stories of games, because there's so many games that we've already lost. We'll never get them. But I would like to have stories from people who played them. Anyways, sorry. Next week is going to be a weird week. I don't know what I'm going to play on Monday next week. Maybe some more Kenshi. Maybe just focus on a Kenshi a little bit, showing that off. See if it's a good stream game. I don't know if it is or not. Depends on what folks think. And then Wednesday is going to be week 3 of the Sonic Smackdown CPU versus CPU tournament, which I'm so excited to do. Oh my goodness. And then Friday is hopefully Champions of North. Oh, also doing an update on the Fantasy Games League, because somebody may be the leader right now. And then Saturday, finishing up Infocom stuff and working on the interactive fiction competition entries. My Wizard says, I want to talk about games, my hot takes, history, the industry, stupid stuff, root beer, etc. Root beer is a fantastic drink. Yeah, My Wizard is always around, just not always the same name. I know the rotation. I thought it was just a bit. I didn't know it was ADHD affecting you, my friend. Makes sense. And that's okay. I love you no matter who you are. All right. Let's go see who we can raid tonight. Again, I'm just going to pound this again. If you have not filled out the survey, please do so. I really want feedback from folks. I really appreciate it. I'm not one of those people that is doing this stuff to also get grumpy about it. I really want to just know. Who is on tonight? Who is on tonight? Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on. My goodness. Everybody's out and about today. Okay, here we go. I just followed them recently. I've never checked out their stream yet, but they're on. I know them through the Combat King and Brian, who are awesome folks. Tsunami Sam is playing Typing of the Dead right now. I love me some typing games. Let's go say hello to them. All right, I'll be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with something. But trust me, it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. Let's go say hi to Tsunami Sam. Enjoy Typing of the Dead. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, Mike, for the bits. And everybody for just chilling. It's a pleasure, my friend. It is an absolute pleasure. All right, have a good night, everybody. And as always, to humor. Goodbye.